up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. We're going to be talking about how Joan Laporta wants to bring in Paul Pogba on a free transfer this summer, and he hopes that his connection with his agent Mino Raiola can help facilitate that deal. On Ronald Koeman, his job right now is on absolutely thin ice. The problem for Barcelona at the moment is not the money, but finding a good replacement. Ansu Fati contract renewal talks are going very well, and the club hopes to conclude that before the January transfer window. And lastly, Pedri right now is the favorite to win the Golden Boy Award for 2021. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Over the past 24 hours, we've only been linked to one player, and that player is the Manchester United midfielder Paul Pogba. This is coming in via Mundo Deportivo, and they've come out saying that Joan Laporta has spoken to Mino Raiola to explain his desire to sign Paul Pogba, who would be out of contract in June 2022, so this summer coming up. Despite the economic situation at Barcelona, the board is taking measures to reserve it and build a strong squad for next year. Of course, Pogba going to be a free agent this summer, going to be one of the most, touted out free agents ever. I don't think this will happen. I think Manchester United have a very, very strong team, and I believe that Paul Pogba will stay at Man United and sign a new contract, but I would happily take Paul Pogba at Barcelona on a free deal, especially. He's one of the best midfielders in the world, as that box-to-box can be alongside Frankie de Jong in a double midfield with a holding midfielder would be absolutely superb. So we'll wait and see with the Laporta and Mino Raiola connection. It could be possible. I think Barcelona will be in the race if there is a race, but I think he'll stay at Manchester United. But let me know down in the comments below, would you take Paul Pogba on a free deal at Barcelona? Let's now discuss the news surrounding the current Barcelona manager, Ronald Koeman, how his job is currently in jeopardy. Sport have come out saying that right now the board is still split and they don't know what to do. They want to sack Koeman, but the big problem is right now is not the money, actually, which we're talking to a few seconds. It's actually finding the replacement. Now, Bete TV, who are, a 50-50 kind of source, they came out saying that Laporta has the following names in mind if he sacks Ronald Koeman: Jordi Cruyff, Sergi Barjuan, the Barcelona B manager, Henrik Larsson, Ronald Koeman's current assistant manager, Xavi Hernandez, and Erik ten Hag, the current Ajax manager. Now, for me personally, you gotta go to Xavi straight away. The only reason is that at some point he's gonna be the Barcelona manager. Why not go in now, give him that head start? The season's already a write-off. We're not gonna win anything. Give him that season to come in, to develop, get used to the league. But if no Xavi, for me, it has to be Ten Hag. I wanted Erik ten Hag after the 18-19 season, after Valverde was, Anfield, all that sort of stuff. I wanted him then. I think he would be a fantastic manager, but that would mean the delay of Xavi Hernandez over the next few years. But anyways, Beta TV are not that kind of a reliable source that kind of, 50-50 with Barcelona news. And of course, AS came out, not backing that statement, but giving some more details about it, saying that Joan Laporta does not consider the Barcelona B coach Sergi Barjuan qualified to take over the first team job at the moment. Very, very good. Xavi is always an option, but if he was not appointed at the beginning of the season, it's difficult to see him arriving right now. So of course, Laporta wanted to bring him Xavi in the summer, but he didn't want to pay the money to sack Ronald Koeman. So Xavi said, you know what, I'll come in another time. Yada, yada, yada. So with Xavi, he's very smart. So he doesn't want to come in mid-season when the whole, everything's just down the bust, everyone's just at a very, very low point. If he was to do that, he would do that back in 2019 when Etienne came in. But of course, the board there was very, very unorganized, and Barcelona were down very, very low. So that's kind of, Xavi's thing. He doesn't want to come in. He wants to come in on a fresh start. Everyone's, not injured, ready to go, brand new and fresh. Now, Juan Martí has come out saying that in the last hours, Jordi Cruyff was asked whether he's willing to take over for the first team coach. His answer for now is no. Of course, Jordi Cruyff, Ronald Koeman, very, very good friends. They, of course, played together at Barcelona in the 90s, and also, they're both Dutch, and they have a very, very good connection with Johan Cruyff. So Jordi Cruyff does not want to disrespect Ronald Koeman and take over his job. So right now, he is saying no. If it was any other coach in the world, he probably would say yes, with it being Koeman, a good friend, Dutch connection, yada, yada. He has said no. So Jordi Cruyff does not want to take over Ronald Koeman. So that's Jordi Cruyff out, Sergi Barjuan out, and most likely Xavi out as well. Now, Moises Malores and Samuel Marsden from ESPN came out with an extensive report. They came out saying there's some board members that are unsure it would be wise to keep Koeman until the end of the season. Meanwhile, Joan Laporta does not want to make any rationary decision, who has never as a president fired a coach mid-season. However, the Bayern result led to nerves among the board regarding Barcelona's prospect for this season, and it took Jordi Cruyff to calm things down and offer some perspective. Money is no longer a hurdle in terms of paying Koeman off, but the lack of options available to replace him remains a problem. So, We talked about in yesterday's video how money was a problem. Turns out now money's not a problem. What the problem is finding a replacement. Because right now, we looked at that list from Bete TV, not the greatest options. You have Xavi, Erik ten Hag, who would be very, very difficult to get him from Ajax, especially mid-season. There's really no one else. That's the main problem right now for Barcelona. I think right now available, there's Antonio Conte. Again, 3 at the back, now with the Barcelona philosophy type of coach. So that's the problem right now for Barcelona, finding a replacement. So far, like we talked about, Xavi Hernandez, they came out saying that Laporta's ex-brother-in-law, a very influential figure around the Catalan club, is particularly keen on Xavi as the next coach. So again, everyone around Barcelona, their dream is Xavi. But again, Xavi is a very smart person. He does not want to come in mid-season, ruin his reputation, all that sort of stuff. The team is down pretty bad right now. Of course, half of our players are injured at the moment as well. But there is another option that we haven't talked about coming in from ESPN, and that is Roberto Martinez, the current Belgian manager. They came out saying that Johan Cruyff, meanwhile, who was working in collaboration with sporting director Mateu Alemán and Ramon Planes, would champion Roberto Martinez, who has a contract with Belgium taking him up to the World Cup in 2022. So Johan Cruyff at the moment is recommending Roberto Martinez. I mean, hell no. This guy is literally just a downgraded version of Ronald Koeman. No thank you. If we get... I'd rather, honestly, I'm saying this with my head held high, I'd rather have Ronald Koeman right now than, sack Roberto Martinez. I mean, in the sense that, paying off Koeman, sacking him, getting the new manager in, giving him time, yada, yada, yada. Just keep Ronald Koeman at this point. So again, quick summary, the main problem right now at Barcelona is finding that replacement. They like Xavi, they like Erik ten Hag, but he'll be difficult to get out of Ajax at mid-season. Xavi does not want to come to, a down bad Barcelona at the moment. So again, the good news right now is that money's not our problem. So if the results go bad against Cadiz, Levante, Granada, they will not hesitate to sack him. But the main concern and problem at the moment is finding a replacement. We'll wait and see what happens, but Koeman's job is on thin ice and he has to do well in the next 3 games or else he will be likely sacked. Let's now discuss some updates around the contract renewals at the club. Firstly, on Ansu Fati, the main one coming in from Mundo Deportivo, and they came out saying that when Jorge Mendes was in Manchester for Cristiano Ronaldo's transfer, he received a call from Man City inquiring about Ansu Fati, but however, Ansu is clear that he wants to succeed at Barcelona despite the economic problem. He will adjust to stay. Of course, with the economic situation at the club, he can't really pay Ansu Fati that much. He is open and willing to accept his lower salary being increased over years, which of course is very, very good. Mundo Deportivo also came out saying that when Barcelona proposed Ansu to inherit number 10 shirt from Leo Messi, he consulted the captains who totally encouraged him not to fear responsibility at all and to take it with the utmost ambition. The entire dressing room is eagerly waiting for his return. So everyone in Barcelona right now are waiting for the return of Ansu Fati. The fans, the players, the president, and of course, who desperately needs him, the manager. So again, on Ansu Fati, everything right now is going very, very well. Also, some more news around the team, again, coming in from Mundo Deportivo. They came out saying that Ansu Fati is supported by the entire dressing room, but Sergio Busquets is the standout, of course, the first team captain. Barcelona's captain is acting as Ansu Fati's mentor, knowing his importance for the club. Everyone believes in him, and Busquets has made him feel like a pillar of the team. So everyone around Ansu Fati is trying to make him feel good and as calm as possible. The update on Ansu Fati, of course, coming in from eSport 3 on his injury. They came out saying that Ansu Fati received the green light from the doctors yesterday to play again, and Ronald Koeman has plans to play him on September the 26th against Levante at the Camp Nou. So not this weekend, but the following weekend, Ansu Fati could make his return at the Camp Nou. According to eSport 3, he's already gotten the medical green light, so he can go play, this weekend on Monday against Granada. He can play that game, no problem. But of course, the club, the manager, do not want to rush his return, but his return is very, very near. Again, Miguel from AS came out saying that despite the fact that medical reports have been positive, all the precautions are being mandated for Ansu Fati's return, and the club does not want to put pressure on the player either. Patience is key. The return is near, ladies and gentlemen. Ansu Fati is very, very close to coming back, but like Miguel said, patience. We don't want to rush him, give him all this hype, number 10 shirt, new contract, yada, yada, yada. He's still, 18 years old. We cannot put that kind of pressure on him. Again, contract renewals are going well so far. He's very, very close to returning to the pitch. With that number 10 shirt, Ansu Fati could be returning next week. We'll wait and see. But again, we have to take his time. We want to come back 110% fit. The next contract renewal update is on Ousmane Dembele coming in from Mundo Deportivo. And they came out saying that next week, Mateu Alemán will meet with Dembele's agents to address his contract renewal. There have been conversations for months, and now the intention is to close the agreement. And the renewal will be for at least 2 years until June 2024. So again, the meetings will be happening next week, first of all. And secondly, you might be wondering wondering why is the contract length so short, that's because Dembele wants to come back, earn less money, and prove himself. That way, later on, we can give him a brand new long-term contract. He's kind of on the fence, I think, at Barcelona right now. He's kind of like, you know what, I don't play that much. I have a bad injury record here. I make a lot of money. Maybe I should go elsewhere. Maybe Juventus are free, something like that. Laporta is saying to him, look, you don't want to take a wage cut. That's understandable. He's a 2-year, very, very short contract. Come back, show yourself, earn some less money. Then in the end, if you do well, we'll offer you a brand new bumper long-term contract. So again, we'll wait and see what happens. His return is very, very near as well, looking at the end of October, hopefully. But the main thing is that Ousmane Dembele has scheduled meetings with Barcelona next week to discuss a contract renewal and hopefully close the agreement. But an agreement that has been signed, sealed, and delivered is the contract extension of Sergi Roberto, coming in from Luis Rojo from Marca. And he's come out saying that Sergi Roberto will sign a contract renewal next week for 2 additional years, which would see him have a contract until June 2024 with a considerable reduction of his wages. So Roberto next week, around sometime hopefully midweek before that game, midweek, I think it's against Cadiz, they will announce his contract renewal. And remember what Joan Laporta said during Luc de Jong's presentation, the agreement is done. All that's needed now is the signature, and now the signatures have been made and it will be announced next week. I know Roberto right now is a bit controversial, but of course we have to respect what he's done for the club, helping out the club and reducing his wages permanently, and also we're deferring it as well, which means being paid later on, not even getting paid right now. So I want to say thank you to Roberto for helping the club out. Hope he can come back in the midfield and play very well for Barcelona again. Now the next topic that I want to discuss is about Bartomeu increasing the wages of the players for this season on purpose to hinder the new president. This is coming in from Xavi Campos from Cat Radio. He's come out saying the last contract signed by Bartomeu's board distributed the wages in such a way that most of the expenditure was taxed for this season once his term ended, which means all the players' wages have increased by around 40 to 50% for this season, the 2021-2022 season. The first contract with the growth structure was Coutinho, signed in 2018 in January. The Brazilian signed a 5-year contract until June 2023, and his salary has skyrocketed in the last 2 years, starting in July 2021. The same model was followed for Samuel Umtiti shortly before the World Cup in 2018. 5-year contract, 3 years for a very important contract, and the last 2 from 2021 with a salary that would increase significantly. And Coutinho and Umtiti were followed by Frankie de Jong on the veterans who signed the renewal time as well under Bartomeu, with Piqué, Jordi Alba, Roberto, and Busquets. Antoine Griezmann, when he signed 2019, also had a significant difference between his contract for the first 2 years and the last 3 years. And as per reports from Sport, Griezmann was to be handed almost 7 million euros per season as loyalty bonuses between 2021 and 2024. The salary agreed in these contracts increased considerably from this season, and the problem of the measure was to hand out the new board of directors for the club as Bartomeu's term already ended. So again, quick summary, what Bartomeu did was for this season, all the players' contracts would just skyrocket around 40 to 50%, and Joan Laporta had to deal with that. They tell him, like, look, we can barely afford what you're earning right now. If they increase by 50%, the entire club would go bankrupt. And apparently, Bartomeu did that on purpose. And also giving Antoine Griezmann a loyalty bonus of 7 million euros per season. I think this guy thought that money grew on trees. I mean, holy I think it's quite clear that he did this on purpose to over the next board, but I tell you what, he was on the verge of putting this club into bankruptcy, but thank God that Laporta came in and solved that problem. Let's now discuss some of the injury updates around the Barcelona first team. We only have one update, and that is on Sergio Aguero coming in from Mundo Deportivo, and they've come out saying that Aguero feels much better now and he is recovering well. He started working out in the gym 1 week ago, and Aguero is expected to join the group training session around mid-October and make his debut on October 27th against the Rayo Vallecano. So again, with Aguero, similar to Ousmane Dembele, right now is expected to return at the end of October. So we have Ansu Fati coming back, Aguero coming back, as well as Ousmane Dembele, and that will be a big boost for the manager Ronald Koeman because he needs all the help he can get in order to save his job. And the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is about the Golden Boy Award for the 2021-2022. And the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is about the Golden Boy Award for 2021. Mundo Deportivo have come out saying that Pedri continues to lead the list of favorites for the Golden Boy Award. Tutu Sport released a list of 40 shortlist players, and the final 20 shortlist players will be released in October. But Jude, Bellingham, or Musiala can still overtake him. So Pedri right now is the favorite to win the Golden Boy Award. Of course, I had the dream of Pedri with the Golden Boy Award and Messi with the Ballon d'Or taking a picture together, but of course, that could still happen at the gala, but very, very unlikely. But Pedri right now is the favorite. I think he will win it, no doubt about that. Played the most games, was very, very consistent. And of course, he did win the Young Player Award for the Euro tournament. So I think he is set in stone to win this award. And it will be very nice to see a Barcelona player to win it for the first time since Leo Messi won it, I think back in 2007 or 2006, something like that. But again, Pedri is the favorite and is set to win the Golden Boy Award for 2021. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to know firstly about Ronald Koeman being sacked. If he does get sacked, who would be your ideal and very possible manager to bring in? For me personally, it would be Eric Ten Hag or maybe Xavi. Who would your pick be? And also on Paul Pogba, do you think we have a chance to get him in the summer for free? And do you believe that Barcelona and Joan Laporta will push for him? And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.